Maman, tu peux remplir un pistolet?
Bien sûr, mon chat.
Méchante.
Là?
The movie begins with Maria, who has just returned home from her morning walk. Her husband, Vince, is getting ready to leave and tells her that his ex-wife wants to meet with him. He explains that she's very upset, so he needs to go see her. Maria doesn't respond. After Vince leaves, Maria takes her daughters, puts them in the car, and drives straight to her sister Sarah's house. Sarah owns a small beauty salon in town and makes a living doing makeup for women. Maria and Sarah share a very close bond, which is why Maria visits her often. Maria's daughters also love spending time with their aunt, so Maria leaves them there for a while. Later, Maria returns home and finds the house in complete disarray. Things are scattered everywhere, so she starts cleaning. As she walks into one of the rooms, she suddenly notices a young man standing there. His name is Sam. Sam is the son of Vince's ex-wife, and he has come to visit his father. When Maria asks him about it, Sam explains that his parents are divorced and that he'll be staying there for a few days. Sam then asks Maria who she is. She tells him that she's also married to his father. She adds that her first husband passed away and that she has 2 daughters from that marriage. A little later, Vince comes home, and they all sit down to have dinner together. Throughout the meal, Sam can't stop glancing at Maria. At that moment, one of Maria's daughters walks in carrying her broken toy airplane. Sam offers to fix it for her, and after dinner, he goes outside and starts playing with the little girl, even teaching her a few kung fu moves. Seeing her daughters laughing and having fun with Sam makes Maria feel at ease, and she smiles. That night, Vince tells Maria that Sam had gotten into trouble at school and was eventually expelled, which is why they brought him to stay at the house. Vince assumes that Maria might be uncomfortable having Sam stay with them, but she doesn't seem bothered at all. In fact, Maria appears happier than she has been since the day Sam arrived. After talking for a while, the next morning Sam is sitting in his room smoking a cigarette when Vince walks in and catches him. Sam immediately puts it out. Vince tells him that he needs to change his habits, explaining that his mother has become exhausted from dealing with his behavior and that's why she sent him to stay with him. Not long afterward, Vince leaves for work. Meanwhile, Maria goes shopping with her sister Sarah. When they return home, they're shocked to find the house completely trashed. Furniture and belongings are scattered everywhere, as if someone had broken in. Maria, who works as a government attorney, is handling a case involving a father and his daughter. She had previously called them and asked them to come to her house that day. At that moment, Sam returns home. When he sees the condition of the house, he looks stunned, but without saying a word, he turns around and leaves again. A short while later, the father and daughter arrive for the meeting. Maria begins questioning them one at a time while they answer cautiously. After they leave, Maria goes to her room to change clothes. There, she discovers a leather jacket. She quickly changes and then takes the jacket to Sam. Holding it up, she firmly tells him that she found it among the mess. Sam immediately becomes nervous, and Maria realizes that he was responsible for trashing the house. She tells him that she doesn't want to involve the police, but warns him never to make the same mistake again. After hearing her words, Sam sincerely promises that it won't happen again. Maria accepts his apology, and afterwards she returns to her work. Sam follows her and starts helping with the chores around the house. Once everything is finished, Sam joins Maria and her daughters for a small outing. Vince is away on a business trip, so he isn't able to go with them. Maria's daughters start playing near a small lake, splashing water everywhere. Sam soon joins them, laughing and having fun. After a while, he walks back toward Maria with a smile and asks if she'd like to get into the water too. At first, Maria refuses, but just as Sam walks away, she suddenly jumps into the lake, surprising everyone. Maria and Sam end up drifting toward the deeper part of the water along with the children. For a while, they simply enjoy the moment playing in the water, laughing, and having fun together. After spending the entire day outdoors, they finally head back home. Maria never tells anyone that Sam had gone through her belongings. In fact, she is the only person who knows about it. Sam, who initially felt distant from her, gradually begins to respect her more and more. By the time they arrive home, it is already late at night. Maria's daughters have fallen asleep in the car, so Maria and Sam carefully carry them inside, tuck them into bed, and make sure they're comfortable. Sam seems like he wants to say something more to Maria, but in the end, he can't bring himself to finish what he was about to say. The following morning, Maria and Sam finally sit down together to continue the conversation that had been interrupted earlier. Maria asks him what he plans to do with his future. Sam tells her that he wants to become an artist. He explains that he dreams of creating sculptures, and to demonstrate his talent, he asks Maria if he can use her hands as a model for one of his projects. Maria feels a little embarrassed at first, but after Sam gently insists, she agrees. Sam carefully studies her hands while shaping clay, and the two of them genuinely enjoy the creative moment together. Maria even bursts into laughter when the clay tickles her fingers. After the sculpting session, Maria returns to her room, still thinking about Sam's talent and what his future might hold. A little later, however, Sam arrives with his girlfriend. The two head into his room together. Maria quietly watches them from a distance, feeling a mixture of emotions that she doesn't fully understand herself. The next morning, Vince returns home from his trip. Shortly afterward, some of his friends come by to visit him, and they all sit together chatting and catching up. Maria sits near Vince and his friends, but her mind isn't really on the conversation. Suddenly, Sam walks past her. Maria asks him where he's going, and he tells her that he's heading to the store. As soon as she hears that, Maria gets up and decides to go with him. While they're walking together, Maria buys a drink. Sam starts joking around and teasing her playfully. At first, Maria assumes he's only kidding, but it's clear that Sam genuinely cares about her and treats her with real warmth and respect. As they continue talking, Sam gently guides her away from the crowd, not because she is upset, but because people nearby have started watching them. To be honest, Maria is beginning to enjoy spending time with him as well. She can see that he's changing for the better. Later that night, Maria can't fall asleep. Vince isn't home that evening, so she quietly goes to Sam's room to talk with him. Sam is lying in bed watching a video on his phone. When Maria enters, he doesn't turn it off. Instead, he shows it to her, and they watch together. As the moments pass, they find themselves staring into each other's eyes. Realizing how close they become, Maria tells Sam that things have gone too far and that they need to forget everything. But Sam refuses to agree. By now, he genuinely enjoys being around her and doesn't want to pretend otherwise. The following day, Sam spends time playing with Maria's daughters. One of the girls keeps clinging to him affectionately. After taking the children a short distance away, Sam eventually returns to Maria, and the two begin talking again. Both of them seem happier than ever. Once the children wander off to play, Maria and Sam once again lose themselves in each other's gaze. Their bond continues to grow, and they become increasingly attached to one another. A few days later, Sarah hosts a party at her house. Maria and Sam help prepare everything, arranging decorations and supplies before the guests arrive. Even while they're working, Sam's attention remains completely focused on Maria. Noticing this, Maria tells him to keep his distance for now and walks away. Soon, many guests arrive for the celebration. Maria's daughters are especially happy to see Sam and spend time with him. Yet despite all the people around him, Sam can't seem to take his eyes off Maria. During the party, Maria goes into the storage room to grab something. A moment later, Sam follows her inside. He wraps his arms around her, and before anything else can happen, Sarah walks in and sees them. Instantly, she understands everything. Realizing that there is something going on between Maria and Sam, Sarah becomes furious and storms out of the house. Maria rushes after her, trying to stop her and explain, but Sarah ignores her completely. Sarah could have told Vince everything right then and there, but instead, she decides to give Maria a chance to fix her mistake before things spiral out of control. After the party, Maria asks Sam to meet her alone. She wants to talk to him and end their relationship once and for all. The moment Sam hears what she's saying, he becomes upset. He has no intention of ending things between them. Maria explains that Sarah saw everything and that if the truth reaches Vince, it could destroy all of their lives. But Sam doesn't seem to care about the consequences. The only thing that matters to him is Maria. As he's leaving, he looks at her and says, "I love you." Then he walks away. That night, Maria can't sleep. She stays at Sarah's house, unable to stop thinking about everything that has happened. Meanwhile, Sam and his father leave early the next morning. Somehow, Maria ends up spending the night away from her daughters. The following morning, she finally returns home. When she arrives, she sees Vince sitting outside. Fear immediately washes over her as she wonders how she's going to face him. At first, everything seems normal. They sit down and eat together, but Maria quickly notices that Vince is acting cold and distant toward her. She becomes increasingly worried. Questions race through her mind. What happened? Why is Sam nowhere to be seen? After Maria's daughters finish eating and go to bed, Vince finally speaks. He tells Maria that Sam has confessed that there was a relationship between the two of them. The moment she hears those words, Maria freezes. Vince asks why she's suddenly so quiet. At first, Maria says nothing. Then she gathers her courage and tells him that he shouldn't believe everything Sam says. Vince immediately responds, asking why Sam would lie about something like that. Hearing this, Maria loses her temper. The conversation quickly turns into a heated argument. She speaks to Vince harshly, and for the first time, she begins to feel that she no longer wants to continue living with him. Overwhelmed with frustration, Maria begins packing her clothes and preparing to leave. Vince tries to stop her, but when she refuses to listen, he says something that makes her freeze in place. "If you walk out of this house right now," he tells her, "you'll only prove that what Sam said is true." Hearing those words, Maria stops and thinks for a moment. Then she tells Vince that Sam is trying to drive them apart so he can reunite his parents. Vince believes her explanation. He pulls her into a tight embrace, and both of them break down in tears. They promise each other that they will never let anyone come between them again. The next morning, Maria and Vince decide it's time to confront Sam. When they call him over, Sam joins them. Vince tells him that he lied about having a relationship with Maria and says that he needs to apologize to her immediately. Sam remains completely silent. Maria then tells him that a good person admits when they've made a mistake and that he should confess that he lied about her. Even then, Sam doesn't say a single word. Seeing this, Vince warns him that if he refuses to apologize, he'll be sent away to a boarding school. Even that threat fails to affect Sam. Maria also tries talking to him and convincing him to tell the truth, but Sam remains calm and refuses to change his position. The following day, Vince takes Sam to a boarding school. A few days later, Maria goes to visit him. During their conversation, Sam tells her that she should tell Vince the truth about what really happened between them, just as he did. He says that he can't betray his father and that he can't stand watching her deceive him. Maria is shocked by what she's hearing. She tells Sam he's being ridiculous and says that no one would ever say something like that to another person. After hearing her response, Sam gives her an ultimatum. He says that if she doesn't tell Vince everything, he'll file a legal complaint claiming that she pressured him into the relationship. Maria immediately dismisses the threat. She tells him that he can't do anything because he has no evidence to support such a claim. When Sam hears that, he falls silent and begins thinking carefully. A few days later, Maria is back home celebrating Christmas with her family. Sarah is there as well. By now, Sarah has forgiven Maria because she believes Maria corrected her mistake and chose the right path. The atmosphere is warm and joyful. Everyone is enjoying the holiday, and for the first time in a long while, the family seems genuinely happy. For a while, Maria is finally able to live happily with her family. Sam is no longer a part of their lives. During Christmas, Vince brings gifts for the girls, and everyone is excited and cheerful. He also has presents for Sarah and Maria. When Maria opens her gift, she is genuinely delighted by it. However, only a few days later, everything changes. Maria receives a call from a lawyer's office and goes in for a meeting. Once there, the attorney informs her that his client has filed a lawsuit against her. The client is Sam. According to the lawyer, Sam claims that Maria had been threatening him and eventually pressured him into a relationship. Maria is completely shocked by the accusation. The lawyer explains that she has two options: either reach a private settlement with Sam or prepare to fight the case in court. Wanting to avoid a lengthy legal battle, Maria decides to settle the matter peacefully. She agrees to all of the conditions Sam demands. Late one night, while Maria is asleep, someone begins pounding on her door. The noise wakes her up, and when she steps outside, she finds Sam standing there. Sam tells her that he wants to make peace between them. He says that he only wants to see her one last time. In return, he promises to withdraw the lawsuit. Maria agrees, and the two meet for a final conversation. After that meeting, Sam leaves her life forever. Maria eventually returns to her normal routine and continues living with her family. Yet despite everything that happened, Sam is unable to forget her. Deep down, Sam had always carried emotional scars. He was devastated when his parents divorced, and he never truly recovered from it. In his mind, his feelings for Maria became tied to the happiness he had been searching for all along. When things finally ended between them, Sam found himself even more lonely and depressed than before. And that is how the story comes to an end.